Well, hello everyone. Marco's back, the new proud American conservative, with more important info not too many of you can stomach. David Dorn is his name. That was the name of the man that was gunned down just a couple days ago, trying to save someone else. He was a black retired captain, was left to die, just bled to death outside of the pawn store on the street. Someone was filming the whole thing, saying, hey man, I can't believe this. This is someone's grandfather. This is crazy. Because of TVs, he was just making comments, right? But did not hold his hand, did not go down next to him while he was down in the last couple of seconds of his life. So really, really sad. Finally, CNN broke the story, I believe, several hours ago, and that was it. Not mentioned once. Again, this story is going to completely be forgotten pretty quickly. And that just goes to show you the sickness, the hypocrisy of what is going on here. But the good news is a lot of Americans can see through this, even though you probably have 10 or possibly even 20% of people who are completely brainwashed, which is a pretty big number. We're looking at maybe 7, maybe even more, 10 million people that are just ready to hurt you, to take away what's yours, just because they don't like what you say, what you look like. If you're Christian, not Christian, if you're white, Jewish, whatever, right? It just so sick what is going on right now. And politicians are pushing this hate and divisiveness because they can care less, they're protected. And then you got police now that is in a really tough spot. You got police officers that are quitting. They can't handle this pressure. They can't even do their job. They're afraid to do it. Can't blame them. I don't know what else they're going to be able to do. It's not like jobs are lining up everywhere. You got those who are fired because they speak up. They don't want they want to uphold the Constitution, and they've been told to do certain things that they don't agree with. So now, and they speak their mind, and they get fired. And then you got those who kneel. Yes, you got police officers who kneel. You can check out the latest from Sweden. This is not just in Sweden. It's happening in America. It's happening globally. Yeah, they are basically admitting to, I guess, white privilege. So they're down on their knees. So it's very hard to believe what is going on. For me, it's not, because I've seen it before. I've seen it for several years as a teenager back in Europe. And I can tell you all right now, it is going to be very hard to trust anyone, including police. I'm a big police supporter and military. I have nothing but respect for everyone wearing uniform. Firefighters, etc. But right now, police cannot be trusted. There is going to be a lot of good policemen out there. There is going to be pockets of the country where the sheriff is going to try to uphold the Constitution. He's going to make sure that you are protected, and that's really good for you. But there is going to be a county down the street from you where they're not going to get the same protection. So those are the facts, because we already have militias formed throughout the country. Black, white people just with guns protecting the people around them, their businesses, whatever is left of them. As we all know what's been going on economically. So the reason the militias are formed, just like a recent video out of Idaho, is because the government is not doing anything to help them. So police getting fired, quitting, or kneeling. Millions of new cadets all over the country being hired right now because of social unrest, and a lot of people, like I said, are just off the force right now. You have no idea what their beliefs are. You don't even know what their sheriffs, the precinct beliefs are. So again, you have to be your own security. This is not easy to digest for a lot of you. I understand that, especially coming from a channel like this where it says proud conservative, American conservative, but I have comments that I don't agree with the president, with his monetary policies, and now with what is going on with the tweets about law and order, but really not doing much about it. I'm not afraid to speak my mind. I believe in the First Amendment. I believe in Bill of Rights. I believe, of course, in the Second Amendment. So I'm going to speak my mind, and even some close families are not going to be able to digest all this because they either don't believe it or they are afraid to admit, they're afraid to accept what is really happening. So yes, you have to be your own security, your own bank, by holding hard tangible assets. You got to have your own food. You have to be self-sufficient. If you're not a good handyman like I'm not, I'm trying to be sufficient in firearms, in anything that can help you through times like this. So yes, more social unrest is coming. I'm going to repeat it. I said in every video, credit freeze most likely is going to happen. It happened in a lot of parts of the country. A lot of people are not aware about that. In 2008, credit not allowed, which is a major problem, being that a vast majority of Americans have to use credit cards to pay necessities like food, and they don't pay them off. It's just piling on interest. The debt is just continuing to pile. They're over leveraged with homes, cars, you name it. So once the credit freeze happens, and then you add EBT cards stopping, stimulus checks are not going to be forever. You might get one more round, maybe two, if lucky. Unemployment seems to be pretty tough to get. You got to go through so many you got to try so many times in order to be approved, and it varies from state to state. So you got unemployment percentage skyrocketing. So this is just fuel. This is just going to fuel this entire social unrest. This is not to scare you. This is to prepare you, because once these criminals that are bashing all these stores and stealing Nike shoes and guns and Rolex watches, once all the stores are cleaned out, which is not going to be too long, give it another week or two at the most, then they're going to your homes. This is just the way it is. And police, if you're lucky enough, will protect you, but you cannot count on that. That is my message. This is why I'm making these videos. Had a conversation about this also with my son, who is a very bright young man. I love you, man. And we touched up on this a little bit, so I decided to make a video on police and say one more time, be your own security, get closer to God, be your own bank. The banks are either going to do bailouts or bail-ins. Bail-ins means when the money just, you can't get it. It's gone. You just go to the ATM and you can't get it. The bank took it. They're saying, well, it's because of Corona, or it's too unsafe to go to the ATM or inside the bank. So you got to have it on you, in your possession. And if you don't have any, you're going to keep hoping for stimulus checks until that runs out. So just be aware if there is time to do some hustle side jobs right now, or any opportunity possibly online, if you need to sell some stuff that you know you won't need, whatever it takes to put your hands on some cash. And you cannot be all in cash. This is just my opinion. You don't have to listen to it. You gotta have at least 20% in gold or silver, just in case the currency gets completely destroyed or you cannot get it. Gold and silver is recognized all over the world, even though in America is looked at as a complete joke. People laugh about it. That's how brainwashed they are. And if you need any more info on this, you're more than welcome to click some of my other videos that really describes in a very simple way what real money is and the entire scam against you that started in 1904. So check out some of my videos if you get a chance. They're not too long. Most of them are 7-8 minutes on an average, and you can see how to prepare for what is coming. So I'm going to leave you off with a couple of words here that I really truly hope it happens, that Americans unite. They stop listening to these bureaucrats and mainstream media who are out for blood. And if we lost 5,500, whatever the number is, lives, it doesn't mean we need to go up to 5,000, 5 million. It's not too late to unite. Don't let these freaks, these politicians, politics, like Gerard Celente says, ticks, they suck the blood out of you. Okay, don't let them divide you, divide us. Take care, everyone, and I hope things change for better soon, and I hope our president is going to do what needs to be done here. Otherwise, militias will continue to form, and things are going to get really ugly. Take care, everyone, and God bless you all.